For what feels like weeks now, we have been pushing for the US government, in particular Joe Biden, to do what he can to help fight back against the vaccine apartheid that we've been seeing internationally. Pushing him to do what he said he would do, which is support the annihilation of the patents protecting the current vaccines that are being used to make them available to be produced domestically in countries around the world. Well, yesterday after our show, he did. Joe Biden did actually do that. That thing that he said he was going to do, that moral thing, that pragmatic thing, that diplomatic thing, he did it. So let's just stop for a second, and that's good. It's not done. Like he unilaterally, by saying that he supports it, that's not the end of it. But it is a very important step. I have to assume that if the US had stood sort of resolutely against changing the patents, that would be it, Brett, right? Like there'd be no chance.
So we're in this weird realignment time where you're gonna have to, as a human being in America, get used to this weird feeling. And it's something that TYT viewers are used to, which is a good thing. So you get it, which is sometimes people who are extremely infuriating do things that aren't. And sometimes the media will say these two sides are doing this one thing. Who's the good guy? And these are separate stories from this one, but frequently they'll both be the bad guy. And so you'll find very infuriating people that say things that you agree with, and that's okay. You can agree with something that they do. And this was one of those times, like Biden, wildly infuriating. He gets more infuriating when he actually does stuff like this, and then won't do things that are even bigger no-brainers. That's what's very frustrating about it. But I'll take it.
It's like, so you can do this. Like with Trump, nothing was ever gonna happen. So you never had to, like you didn't need nuance issue by issue because he was just going to come up with whatever the worst position was on literally everything. So Joe Biden does this and it's like, well then why don't you do the other stuff, buddy? But anyway, the battle continues. We will continue to push him, but we're giving him credit at least for the current rhetorical position of the US government. The US looking better than some other countries, which we'll get to. But I want to turn to another aspect of this. Joe Biden's announcement yesterday that he's going to support getting rid of the protections for vaccine patents was applauded, I think rightfully so, by a number of different people, including Bernie Sanders, who says, I applaud the Biden administration for taking this bold step to speed up the production and availability of coronavirus vaccines. I also recognize the dedicated work done by activists around the world to put this issue on the global agenda. We are all in this together. Sort of echoing the sentiment that I shared on the Young Turks with Anna Kasparian yesterday, saying that in a very short period of time, Biden has staked out the wrong position on issues like not raising the refugee cap, continuing border wall construction, potentially reneging on his promise to support this change to patents. People spoke out on all those topics, and he has moved to the right position on all of those topics, at least insofar as we know right now. So that is good. It is a demonstration that having Biden rather than Trump was a good thing. We said, how many times did we say, choose your opponent? Who do you want to fight for the next 4 years? And I said at least, and I'm assuming most of you probably agree, Biden, because he can at least be fought. But it's also a representation that, or a reminder that we do need to put pressure. He wasn't going to reach all of these positions without it. And so that is good. You also have people like the Director General of WHO saying this is a monumental moment in the fight against COVID-19. The commitment by Biden and Ambassador Katherine, the US Trade Representative, to support the waiver of IP protections on vaccines is a powerful example of American leadership to address global health challenges. I commend the US on its historic decision for vaccine equity and prioritizing the well-being of all people everywhere at a critical time. Now let's all move together swiftly in solidarity, building on the ingenuity and commitment of scientists who produce life-saving COVID-19 vaccines. So those are the people who are happy, Brett. There are people who are not, which we'll turn to in a few, but what are your thoughts?
Right, we'll talk about all that because I have very similar. I have these thoughts about that where it's like, I know I'm a bad person, and I know what the right thing to do is, even though I can't really sort it through. Anyways, but with this, when we win battles like you're talking about with Biden, one thing that we need to really message well around is that there's this instinct to be like, well, we gave you that one, we're gonna give them the other one. And that only works if you're in this bargaining position with people and the end result of you bargaining would get you anything tangibly good. What we have going for us is like, no. This list of demands we have, from which you picked something, in this case, vaccination, opening the restrictions on IP surrounding patents. Everything on that list is something that most Americans agree with. So rather than give us this thing this time and them something else the other time, I guarantee you, with the popularity of all the things on our list, if you pick all of them, that's a really good shopping list full of really healthy items that also taste good. Like you have this instinct to be like, it tastes good, so it's not healthy. But just remember that all these things, the reason that they're populist and economically so, as opposed to nationalist and populist, is because most Americans agree they're good things, and they will like you more if they get them.
Yeah, there should be a segment. Most Americans agree.
I'm freaking pushing. I just got to make it.
That.
I don't know where it's gonna go.
Really fast, I encouraged Anna to look back to bringing back the classic TYT segment, the Clown of the Day. I think that'd be fun. You guys should do that again if you can figure out the template.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.